Episode 14 of moving my game from Godot from Unity to Godot. I made that mistake a million times before. I don't know why I say it like that. We're moving from Unity to Godot, and we're pretty close to having what we had in Unity. Last time I worked on the basics of the building system, which I got down pretty quickly because I'm amazing. Now you can select it and you can place these platforms wherever you want. And they check if they're colliding with something, and if they are, then you can't place them, as you can see. So that's pretty cool. Today I want to start adding connection points, as I was explaining in the previous episode. So there will be a bunch of Node 3D connection points like this, and then you'll be able to snap walls onto them. Pretty cool, right? I know. That's pretty much it. But first I want to take care of the problem where the player can't walk on them, because currently it's an area 3D. And somebody in the comments suggested, actually let me find who it was. User Bobig something, I'm sorry I can't read that, said that I should have a static body, then a mesh, and then an area 3D under it, which would then also have no 3D connection points. So we're gonna do that. Yeah, that seems like a good plan. So I'll just remake it. Currently there's only one of them, so I just have to remake this one. Static body 3D, which will be my use blank platform. And then we need a mesh, which is inside of here somewhere. Wow, where did you get so many meshes? Well, in an asset pack called Low World Survival Pack. Who made it? I did, that's why I'm promoting it. It's available on pretty much anything. And then we would have a convex collision sibling for this, and then we would also have a area 3D like this, and then that area 3D would have a collision shape 3D, which would be a box, and this box would have a transform of 1.98, 1 and 1.98, and also a height of 0.5. And now that will be used for the collision of the area 3D, and the other thing would be used for the collision to the player. I also want to make sure it's on the second layer as well, because it's an interactable, and that's the interactable layer, as you can see. And now that should work if I give it a building part interactable script, and maybe I have to set some variables. It's not interactable currently, and I would just need to give it the area 3D, which is called collider for some reason. I don't know why I named it that, but that's pretty good. I just made it so it automatically adds to my inventory when I start the game. Cool. Did I not set it correctly? Oh, it's not set for some reason. Okay, now it is. Yeah, I just made it so it automatically adds to inventory, so I don't waste time crafting each time. And now, yeah, now the player can collide with it. Thank you very much, user Bobic8PV8J, for the suggestion, because it does work. Alright, next thing I want to do is, currently you can't unequip a building part, because once you equip it, if I just press 1 again, it doesn't do anything. It doesn't leave the building mode, so I just have to make that. And the item, when it is called, calls the set object to place method, and I can just check if the current object is equal to the object that we're trying to place, and if it is, then I'll just unequip. So that should work. If I press 1, it resets the placement. That was so easy. God damn, I'm good. Alright, let's get on to the connection point thing, which first I have to make another one, which is another building part, which is the wall. And it will be structured exactly the same way as this one is. Right, so we have our use plank now. It's structured exactly the same, and the collision shape is just a bit smaller than the actual mesh, so when I try and place one next to each other, they don't collide. I'm pretty sure that should work, but if it won't, I'll just come back and change it. And I forgot to add the building part interactable. Cool. So basically I'm trying to place all the platforms onto a grid that we have, but everything else will be placed on the actual platforms using connection points. So I'll need a couple more functions to do that, or actually just one more, which, because we have handle platform placement, this should probably be handle placement on grid, but yeah, you know, fuck it. It's my code. And then in my update function, I can just check if the current placement type is grid, then I call the handle platform placement, otherwise I call the handle connection placement. Alright, only thing I'm missing now, I'm just raycasting, same thing I did in the handle platform placement, raycasting and then just storing the position, getting the distance, calling can place structure, which returns, well, nothing. It just sets the can place building and sets the material of the object, depending on if it's colliding with anything. I should have another check in here to see how far away from the player it is, because if it's too far away, I obviously don't want to be able to place a structure. But for now, we'll just do that, and then I set the position of the holder that's, you know, that has the thingy, the building part. Now I just need to have connection points. So on this platform, I will create a new node 3D, which would be parent connections, and it will have everything else. Now somebody said I should use marker. I'm pretty sure that's for me to be able to see it, which I don't really need to, but yeah, I'll just use node 3D because it's simpler. I can see them anyways, or I know where they need to be. So we'll have this one, this one, this one, and this one. So basically 4 of them like this. One here, 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 here. You get the point. And I'm just holding control to snap to wherever it needs to be. And because models are made to scale, it's pretty simple. Now I just need to play around in the building part interactable. And whenever I start the game, I'll just store all of these. Basically I can assign a parent connections parent, and then I have an array that will get initialized on ready, which will just take all of this and store them in an array, and that's pretty much all I need for now. Alright, so I did some of it. So now, whenever I handle connection placement, I raycast, I check if we hit, well, I'm raycasting currently to the interaction layer. I should probably be raycasting to the default layer now that I think about it. And let me check my theory real quick. Yeah. Why is it doing it so close? I think it's raycasting to the player. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's raycasting to the player. So because I have the player variable here, I can just exclude it, I'm pretty sure here. Query.exclude and then say player. Actually, no, what the fuck am I doing? No. I shouldn't be raycasting to the default layer. I should be raycasting to the ground layer. My bad. Yeah, I just got confused. I'm a bit confused today, and I don't have a lot of time, so I'm just trying to kind of hurry. What the fuck? That's what I wanted, because if we're not hitting a platform, that's what I want to happen. Let's take the platform, place a couple, just to see if this will work. Alright. Yeah, I guess the ground layer can't just be the ground, it also has to be the interaction layer, has to be a mix of them, because otherwise, I mean, we can't get the platform really. Alright. So I guess if we're not hitting a building part interactable, it does its thing, but if I do hit a building part interactable, it's a bit fucked. Oh, I know why that is. Huh. No, that's not working. At this point, I couldn't do a voiceover anymore because it was way too fucking loud around me. But I realized what the problems were. I was using local space position, which is just the position. So I had to use global underscore position, and that fixed it. Then I ran into a second problem where it was not changing the point as it should. It wasn't changing depending on the closest distance. Again, I was using position, which is local, and I needed global. Also, I had to go into the prefab or the scene and play around with the connection point rotation, and then I just used the connection point's rotation to change the rotation of the placed object, so it was rotated properly, so the outside of the wall was actually on the outside of the platform. And then I ran into a third problem, which the collider, I thought the collider was too big for the wall, so it collides with the platform and it was returning false on the can place structure method. And it wasn't that. I just forgot to check and see if it's colliding with anything, so it was just always false. Also, if you now tried to place an object using connection points, it wasn't working. It would just spawn it in the middle of the world at 0. I fixed that, so now we have some very nice looking and working walls. Next, I just wanted to add support for connection points to be used once a building part is placed on them. So that was just a simple array in the building part interactable that's, a bool array, and whenever I place it, I just store the index of the used connection point and just set that to true in the boolean array on the building part interactable. So now it skips a connection point that is used, and it looks like this. You might think this is very little. Well, I've had very little time these past few days, and this is actually good because I can use this same logic for all the other building part item types, like the stairs and everything. I just have to do one more thing, or actually 2 more things, which I should be able to do in the next episode, I hope. I don't know when that's gonna be, but hopefully soon. Yeah, I guess that's it for this update. It was kind of short, kind of weird, but it is what it is. Until the next update. Bye now.